Here we go. We made it. It's 3 o'clock Wednesday. We go live. And guys, guess what? This weekend is the 5th anniversary, the 5th Barrel Tasting Festival at Blue Ridge Winery. Guys, this is the weekend that started it all. You know, I remember when we first did the Labor Day giant barrel festival, Mama and I were down at Touré Restaurant, and we're talking about, wow, what can we do that would just be over the top unbelievable? And she goes, why don't you just buy some random barrels, like cherry brandy barrels, peach brandy barrels, strawberry brandy barrels, and then we'll dump wine into it and see what happens. And that started the Labor Day Barrel Festival happening this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Join us. Andrew Neff, I see you, dude. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Nicole, I see you. How are you? I love that. See you Monday. We'll be here. The weather's going to be beautiful. Do you see this, guys? And guess what? Jeff, his middle name is Fireworks. I mean, it's over here, guys. Jeff is going to put on a fireworks show that is like over the top. Arlene, Ken, I see you. The whole team is here. What's happening? Gerald, I see you, Gerald. Oh my God, guys. But Jordan, this weekend, it's Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Barrel Tasting Festival. I love the hearts. We're going to have, how many barrels we got? 6? Is it 6 or 5 or 6? So there's a gin Chardonnay. There's an apple brandy Riesling. Kind of neat, right? There's a cherry brandy Riesling. There's an orange brandy Riesling. I didn't know there was orange brandy, right? But apparently there is, because we bought the barrels, right? And then there's a raspberry brandy Petit Verdot. It's a dry red with a beautiful raspberry note on it. It's completely dry, but it smells like raspberries, but it's a dry red. It's the best of every world, guys. Join us this weekend. And y'all know the fireworks show is free, but oh my God, Jeff, the fireworks. Oh. It's awesome. So you're going to love today's talk, by the way. So let me preface it real quick. Ken, I see you, man. What's going on, dude? Kim, I see you, Kim. So this past week, I'm kind of like, I was struggling for a topic. I got to admit, you know, Tony and I, we shot podcasts on Tuesday. Last Friday, I shot them. And I'm thinking, all right, what am I going to write on? And I started writing a podcast last night. And I got about halfway done, and I just deleted the whole thing. I'm like, that's not good. That's got to be over the top. So what I wanted to do is I want to bring back an old story that we used to share years ago here at Blue Ridge. And it's an old Zig Ziglar story. Y'all, I don't know if I ever talked about Zig Ziglar, but Zig was my hero growing up, guys. Zig, my mom had Zig playing all the time. Zig Ziglar, he is one of the original motivational speakers in the world. Him, Tom Hopkins, I mean, you know, Norman Vincent Peale. I mean, those are the people that started the whole concept of everything in our world begins in here, and then it happens out there. As within, so without. The entire world is a mirror. Everywhere you look, you're seeing yourself reflected back. And sometimes people get up in the morning, they go, it's such a bad day. And just like that, they have a bad day. Because we are speaking to our future life, not to our present life. And our subconscious cannot distinguish the word not, can't, shouldn't, because there's no image for those words, right? So if you say, I should not be this, guess what? You are that. Because it just removed the word not. So this is where all this Zig Ziglar stuff comes in, and I love the guy. Tina, what's happening, Tina? Do you know that Tina's daughter's getting married soon? Oh my God, it's going to be so beautiful, Tina. And guess what? I'm going to slow that day down like you couldn't imagine. You are going to love it. Oh my God. I love it. I can't wait, Tina. I've been prepared a lot, Tina. Wait till you see this. Oh my God. So anyway, so Zig used to tell this story. And I want to share it with y'all because this past week I had 3 things happen. The kids started school, right? So I drive my babies to school every morning. I love it. We do spelling words along the way. We talk along the way. Great stuff. And we get to school and I drop them off, and then I'm leaving school and we're at a traffic light, right? And I'm sitting there at a traffic light and I'm in the left lane, and on the right lane is the turning lane, right? So there's a car next to me, and it's one of those lanes where you can make a right on red, right? And there's a car behind that car, and the car that was in the front of the row could have made a right on red, but they're just sitting there. They didn't want to do it because it's a major road, right? So and I get it. They're like, yeah, just hang out, wait for the light to turn green, go when it's safe. Well, the guy behind him, he wasn't having it. He was getting furious by the second. I mean, I was 2 cars away and I could feel his fury. The guy's laying on the horn. He's got his hand out the window. You could see he's screaming every word in the book. His daughter or wife is sitting next to him just going like this, you know, like, oh my God, I don't want to be seen with this guy. And the people, you should have seen it. I'm like, whoa, dude, you know, and then the people in front of him, they didn't move. They just sat there. And I'm thinking, good for you, man. Stand up for it. If that's what you want to do, sit there. There's no law that you have to make a right on red. So anyway, so then the light turns green, and this guy, He floors it and peels around them and rips around them and with his hand out the window screaming at them. I'm thinking, wow, what was so important? And then sure enough, I watch it play out. 100 feet up the road, they're at the next stoplight, and there he sits with that car right behind him. He gained 30 feet. And what is it that causes people to act like this? What is it that makes people so just irate and frustrated and angry, and they're spilling anger all over the people around them, right? I mean, what is this? And then I got a call from a good friend of mine, and he goes, you know what, man, I had this business. They treated me so bad. They were so ugly to me, and I went back and I was going to tell them what I thought, and I'm thinking, wow, why? Why? If someone is spewing ugliness, don't go back for more. Don't go back. People only get what they got. And if they're giving you ugliness, just go home and pray for them. They're going to be okay. They're going to make it, right? But don't go back and go, that's it. I'm going to correct this situation. I'm going to tell you the way it is. They're not going to go, oh, wow, you are so right. I was so wrong. I mean, people that are ugly, they're just ugly. That's okay. The key is to never allow the ugliness on the inside of them to get on the inside of us. That's the key. And that's where the story comes into play. So follow me on this. It goes fast. It has an abrupt ending. You ready? So it goes like this. There's a guy, his name is Mr. B, and he's the boss. Mr. B, he's a great guy. He's loving his life. And he's out playing golf one day, and he's hitting golf balls, having a good old time. And then all of a sudden, he looks at his watch. He's like, oh my gosh, I got to get back to the office. So he's racing back to his office, trying to get back there in time for a meeting he had. And all of a sudden, he gets pulled over by the cops, and they're going to give him a ticket. And he's been speeding. And he's like, I can't believe this. It was a 35-mile-an-hour zone. I was always going at 42. That's not that bad. And he's telling the officer, you should get the real people that are committing crimes, the criminals who are killing people and stealing things. I'm a good guy. I'm a tax-paying citizen. And you know how if you're mad and you're frustrated and you kind of want to create a deterrent? Well, that's what he did. He storms into his office, and he's like, oh man, I'm so frustrated. He goes, get the sales manager in here. I want to talk to that guy. So the sales manager walks in his office. He goes, sir, what's going on here? He goes, well, I want to tell you this. You've been here for a long time, and I know you brought in a lot of business, but I wanted you to talk to me about the Smith account. Did we get that thing closed? Did you take care of it? Is it all done? And the sales manager said, well, sir, you see, I don't know how to tell you this, but we lost it last week. The deal fell apart, and it never happened. And oh man, Mr. B lost it. He goes, that's it. I can't believe this. You think you've been here for 10 years and you have a golden ticket? Well, you ain't got no golden ticket. If you don't find a way to replace that business, I'm going to find someone to replace you. And my gosh, guys, if you think Mr. B was mad, you all should have seen that sales manager. He stands up and storms out of that office and says, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. He comes down on me. I brought every dollar into this business. Without me, this guy would be nothing. And he's going to yell at me about this? How dare him? The things I know about that guy. Are you kidding me? He storms over, walks over to the secretary and says, now listen, I'm talking about the Smith account here. We lost that one, but get the Jones family on the phone, get him in here, because Mr. B's coming down on me, so I'm coming down on you. And if you don't make it happen, I'm going to find someone that can. And oh my gosh. If you think that sales manager was upset, you ought to have seen that secretary. She hit the ceiling. She goes, I can't believe that guy, that sucker. I know everything about him. Without me, he'd be nothing. I coordinate his entire life. And he's going to come down on me about this? Oh my, I am the glue that holds this place together. Good luck to you all if I'm not here. She stands up and she storms out of the office and walks out to the switchboard operator and says, now listen, you sit out here all day carrying on, laughing, having a good old time, just listen to the music. You ain't doing much anyway. I need to get this work done. Take care of it. Get the Smiths on the phone. Get them in here. And if you don't do it, I'm going to find someone that can. And she storms out of the room. And oh my goodness, you all think the secretary was mad? You should have seen that switchboard operator. She hit the ceiling. She goes, oh, you guys, I can't believe this. You're going to yell at me? You're back there laughing, having fun with each other all day, carrying on. I have answered every call that's ever come into this company. Without me, this company would be nothing. And you're going to yell at me about this? It's not even my job. I can't believe this. She then goes home at the end of the day and she's just kind of still brewing about it, right? And she walks into her house and the first thing she sees is her 8-year-old little boy. And the second thing she sees is a big rip right up the side of his shirt. She goes, son, oh my goodness, mom has told you when you get home, you're supposed to change into your play clothes. That means don't rip your good clothes. No, that's it. We're just going to eat dinner and go right to bed. And we're not having any more TV for the next 3 weeks. I've had enough of this. Now just go. And oh my gosh, guys. If you think the switchboard operator is mad, you should have seen this little boy. The little boy goes, Mom, I can't believe it. I was doing something for you and it happens and you're going to punish me about it. I had nothing to do with this. I'm a good little boy. I listened to you. And at that moment, that little boy's cat walked right in front of him. Well, he bends down and kicks that cat out of the way and says, get out of here. You're probably up to no good yourself. So there it is. I know. So, oh my God. So here are the follow-up questions to this crazy story. Wouldn't it have been better if Mr. B just drove to that switchboard operator's house and kicked that cat himself? I mean, come on. He could have skipped all of that. And you know, when you think about it, the cat was the only one that couldn't stop that whole situation from playing out. The cat was the only one that had no control. Everybody else could have changed their attitude. They could have decided to not let the negative on the inside of someone else get on the inside of them and then kick the next person's cat. And can we all see that, you know, when that guy was sitting at that light and the person behind him was just screaming and hand out the window and on the horn, I hope that person could see it had nothing to do with them. They was just in the wrong spot at the wrong time where some ugly person came along. And someone was kicking that other guy's cat. And can we see that, like, you go to a restaurant and you're sitting there and you're sitting there and you're sitting there and the, you know, the waiter or waitress, they're all busy running around and you kind of meekly raise your hand and go, can I place an order? And they go, I'll get you in a can. Can't you see I'm busy? Can you see that it has nothing to do with you? It has nothing to do with you. Nothing anybody's ever has done has to do with you. I know we all like to think that we're the center of the world, but the only thing that ever has anything to do with you is what you do and what you say, what you think. Nothing that anyone's ever done has anything to do with Randy. I love the hearts. I love y'all. So the question today is, whose cats are you kicking? And is someone kicking your cat? And if you get your cat kicked, do you take it out on someone else and kick their cat? So the next time anybody ever does something that is like, oh, it makes me so angry, just say the sentence, someone's kicking their cat. And you will laugh it off just like that. Isn't it true? I really think in the world, guys, there's only two types of people. There's joyful people and miserable people. There's not good people and bad people. There's just joyful and miserable. And the truth is, you can't control anything anybody else ever does. Denise, I love you. So if you come across someone that's in a miserable state, just know it's got nothing to do with you. So never take it personally. Ever. Ever. Simple as that. I love y'all. So if you hear me say, man, someone's kicking their cat, you know exactly what I'm getting at. I love y'all. See you soon, guys. This weekend, fireworks show, Barrel Festival. You're going to love it. See y'all. Bye, Ken. See you, man. I'll catch you.